Good evening from Europe. Good morning, good afternoon, guys, wherever you are. Piotr here is Light Forex Global YouTube channel. We are going to make an update when it comes to the US cash market. A little bit more risk on thanks to Arizona and Florida. I haven't seen the coronavirus new cases from Texas yet, but Florida, Arizona, well below the latest numbers. So that's what we discussed. That could be the market driven. The second thing, new hairstyle on my side. That's also might be the market driven. So without the further ado, let's have a look what we have when it comes to the charts. All right, so let's start with the indices. SP 500 approaching the daily open when it comes to the Friday, right? We have these upper shadows, all right? We have these upper shadows from the previous week, based on the daily chart. Well, we were discussing earlier today that maybe the level around 3,100 is gonna to keep bears alive, but looks like for now we are trading, as you can see, we are trading above, right? It's all about the daily close, of course. If we are gonna, if the bears are gonna be able to, you know, to build the upper shadow, to manage to close below 3,097.95, that might be quite good development in that case. The second thing is that we might trade, based on the daily chart, we might trade that particular trading range. All right, that could be the case as well. Actually, we didn't test the low, we didn't test the high, so the range we've seen, which has been created on the 11th of June, that might be the trading range. But overall, from the higher time frame perspective, we have this possible finishing the business when it comes to the swing high over here. So we are talking about the levels even close to 3,200 plus. That's something we discussed previous week. It was very close previous week. Unfortunately, we didn't hit that one. So the core scenario, in my opinion, is closing the business, so trading the swing high. But I like this, I like that range when it comes to the daily chart, right? I like that particular range right here, and trading 3,190 with the spike. That could be the setup from the weekly chart. That could be the possible setup, especially if the weekly candle at the end of the week looks like this one. Of course, we have to remember, guys, we have to remember that we are approaching end of the quarter. Some window dressing could be in place, right? So overall, for now, still I would say we are in the middle of the range. Bears are higher, right? That's the hole with the blue color, bear zone, right? The bulls are lower. I would say that 3,000 here is a key when it comes to the S&P. Let's have a look what we have on the Nasdaq, because Nasdaq was the strongest when it comes to the indices. We are trading well below, well above 10,100 for now. All right, and we are trying to take out another huge levels. There was some kind of the rejection, profit taking, whatever you want to call it. The COVID was the reason, right? Upper shadow, we're trying to fight with this upper shadow right now. And well, for now it might be that we are going to hold for a while the range similar to S&P, but we are on the verge of the break higher when it comes to the Nasdaq. So looking on a smaller time frame, if you are looking for continuation, what I would like to see, right, something similar we discussed previously, this supply to be taken out. It hasn't been taken out yet, and I would look for 10k 40, 10k 25, right, as a buying opportunity. The 1025 was valid also on Friday, but we haven't traded 10.20.25, right? sorry, during the pre quadruple witches, if you remember. We haven't seen the pullback before the US cash open. We've seen the huge pullback later on, right? Anyway, the bulls are around 10,040 and 10,000 psychological level, right? And then of course down to 9,900, right? Another percent lower. Well, if we are going to get the close below that level, right? If we are going to get the close below that level, that's gonna be automatically some kind of the setup based on the daily chart as well, and we might see levels close to 9,700, 9,650, basically based on what we've seen here, and the stop count might be here in place, right? So when it comes to the indices, Nasdaq, as I mentioned, 10,400, 10,000 as a first important level, then level close to 9,900 based on that support, again with some kind of the intraday price action with lower shadows. When it comes to S&P, I would look to sell, but I would look to sell higher, at least for now, a little bit higher as discussed a second ago. All right, so we know where we are when it comes to the indices. Dollar is losing the ground, and that's something we discussed that it might be possible, right? I think 1280 might be tested by tomorrow. Quiet haven't been hit yet today, right? That's what I think might happen. Okay, that's what I think might happen. And we were discussing 11280 as from the daily chart perspective, this one-to-one correction, right? And that might be some kind of the rejection. Well, that's what we're doing right now. It's very similar, and remind me about the price action we've seen Monday, Tuesday, previous week, right? So we haven't hit 1280 today, and that's what might happen by tomorrow with the rejection. Something similar to the price action seen previous week, and then eventually continuation to the downside. So congratulations to the buyers based on this latest range weakness, right? Actually, we haven't hit the low of the previous week, right? That would be my setup. We didn't get below that level, but anyway, if you are listening carefully, you are bullish euro based on this one-to-one, right? But be careful right now because we are approaching significant level. So I'm going to look for supply. It's going to be activated tomorrow around the European session, especially that we have European PMI tomorrow, and then that's what I expect as a supply. Buyers, again, no change when it comes to the buyers, right? Top of that weakness plus yearly open, that's gonna be buying zone, right? That's gonna be the buying zone, and the supply 1280, 1320 as a supply when it comes to the euro dollar. Cable recovered as well. Very similar price action to the euro dollar, right? Looking for one to happen by tomorrow, and it's gonna be very similar price action what we've seen previous week here. All right, so I do expect something similar by tomorrow, and then eventually rejection. Of course, situation could be a little bit different in that case because of the end of the quarter. So completely different approach. We have to remember about the T+2. So by Friday, the guys wanna settle the FX spot positions towards the end of the quarter, second quarter. They have to settle by Friday. right? Anyway, in both cases, euro dollar, pound dollar, I'm looking to sell. Of course, euro dollar, it could be on the bumpy road based on what we have on the euro pound. Market was trying to go a little bit higher, but we quite didn't get there yet. But I think that another retest of this zone. Congratulations, by the way, if you are trading this intraday setup. I think that we might see some more from the intraday perspective. I think that we might see some retest of the psychological 90 level, right? And some kind of the U-turn combination tomorrow of the PMI in Europe, right? And the UK, that could be the key for us to monitor. And I do expect that we are going to have a quite busy European session. So in both cases, looking to buy the dollar, and the last one is a dollar yen. That's the only cross right now. I'm looking to sell the dollar, but I would like to see some kind of the move. We are not doing anything. We are testing and holding 50% of this intraday consolidation. As of now, nothing is going on. Completely nothing is going on. But if we are going to see the combination of the overall stronger dollar, maybe not with dollar yen, then we are going to discuss also pound yen, euro JPY, mostly based on the PMI and market sentiment, right? Because we are not gonna see yen crosses going lower much if the stocks exchanges are going to go higher. So overall, Nasdaq strong. So if you are looking to buy stocks via Nasdaq. If you are looking to sell, be careful, wait, be patient, and spike on S&P could be rejected. Euro dollar, pound dollar, in both cases, I'm gonna to watch tomorrow price action over the course of the PMI in Europe, and then dollar yen, I'm looking to fade some kind of the rallies, but that's gonna be the question about the sentiment. That's it today from me, guys. Don't be trapped towards the end of the day, all right? Do your own research, do your own homework, and of course, see you around tomorrow. Take care. Goodbye.